Hello there, this is Eric. Welcome to my channel. Today's topic is Who is God? Let's begin. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth was formless, vacant, and chaotic. Darkness was everywhere, and no light was seen except God Himself. God formed the earth, divided the lands and waters, and set the clouds, sky, and earth in place. He made the sun and moon and all the planets and set their courses, dividing day from night. All heavenly bodies were assigned their times and paths, and none varied from God's word. From God speaking to Enoch, all that you have seen on earth, all that I have written in books by my great wisdom, and all these things I have devised and created from the uppermost foundation to the lower and to the end. There is no counselor nor inheritor to my creations. I am eternal unto myself, not made with hands and without change. My thought is my own counselor, my wisdom and my word creates, and my eyes observe how all things stand here and tremble with terror. If I turn away my face, then all things will be destroyed. Apply your mind, Enoch, and know him who is speaking to you, and take the books there, which you yourself have written. I give you Samuel and Raguel, who led you upward with the books, and go down to earth, and tell your sons all that I have told you, and all that you have seen, from the lower heaven up to my throne, and all the troops. For I created all forces, and there is none that resists me, and none that does not subject himself to me. For all subject themselves to my kingdom, and labor for my complete rule. Give them the books of the handwriting, and they will read them, and will know that I am the creator of all things, and will understand how there is no other God but me. And let them distribute the books of your handwriting from children to children, generation to generation, nation to nation. Enoch, sit down on my left with Gabriel, and the Lord spoke to me, Enoch, beloved, all that you see, all things that are standing finished, I tell you, even before the very beginning, I created all things from non-being. I created the visible, physical things from the invisible, spiritual world. Hear, Enoch, and take in my words, for I have not told my angels my secret, and I have not told them their rise, nor my endless realm, nor have they understood my creating, which I tell you today. For before all things were visible physical, I alone used to go about in the invisible spiritual things, like the sun from east to west, and from west to east. But even the sun has peace in itself, while I found no peace, because I was creating all things, and I conceived the thought of placing foundations and of creating the visible, physical creation. I commanded in the very lowest parts that the visible physical things should come down from the invisible spiritual realm. And a doyle came down very great, and I beheld him, and he a belly of great light. And I said to him, Become undone, a doyle, and let the visible, physical universe come out of you. And he came undone, and a great light came out. And I was in the midst of the great light, and as there is born light from light, there came forth a great age-eon space of time, and showed all creation which I had thought to create. And I saw that it was good. And I placed for myself a throne, and took my seat on it, and said to the light, Go up higher from here, and station yourself high above the throne, and be a foundation to the highest things. And above the light there is nothing else. And then I rose up and looked up from my throne, and I summoned the very lowest a second time and said, Let Arcas come forth hard. And he came forth hard from the invisible, spiritual. And Arcas came forth hard, heavy, and very red. And I said, Be opened, Arcas, and let there be born from you. And he came apart, and age came forth, very great and very dark, bearing the creation of all lower things. And I saw that it was good, and said to him, Go down below, and make yourself solid, and be a foundation for the lower things. And it happened, and he went down and stationed himself, and become the foundation for the lower things, and below the darkness there is nothing else. And I commanded that there should be taken from light and darkness, and I said, Be thick, and it became thick. And I spread it out with the light, and it became water, and I spread it out over the darkness, below the light, and then I made firm the waters, that is to say, the bottomless abyss, and I made foundation of light around the water, and created 7 circles from inside, and made the water look like crystal, wet and dry, so it was like glass, and the circles were around the waters and the other elements, and I showed each one of them its path, and the 7 stars, each one of them in its heaven, that they go the correct way. And I saw that it was good, and I made separations between light and darkness in the midst of the water here and there, and I said to the light that it should be the day, and to the darkness, that is, should be the night. And there was evening, and there was morning on the first day. And then I made firm the heavenly circle, made that the lower water, which is under heaven, collect itself together into one whole piece, and that the chaos become dry, and it became so. Out of the waves I created hard and large rock, and from the rock I piled up the dry land, and the dry land I called earth, and the middle of the earth I called the abyss, or the bottomless. I collected the sea in one place, and bound it together with a yoke. And I said to the sea, Behold, I give you eternal limits, and you shall not break loose from your integral parts. Thus I made the firmament hold together. This day I called the first created, Sunday. This I call the first day of creation. I would like to thank all who watch this video. This is coming from the book of Enoch, who is God, Part 1.